Hey everybody, what is going on? It's Noah Clark here, and today we're at the Cherokee National Enduro. So this is in Greensboro, Georgia, and I'm on row 26, and I'd say row 26 was a pretty good row, for me at least, because I like the trail to be a little bit broken and then have some ruts in it, but not too deep of ruts, not like foot peg deep ruts. And that's about what this was for me today. So I was really happy with my road choice on this one, and yeah, it's pretty good. But for those of you guys wondering, I'm riding a YZ250X, and this right here is test number 2. So this dirt they have here, they have some clay, some sand, and some black dirt here at this place. And the clay was really slick just because it rained since about Saturday morning on and off up to throughout Sunday. So the clay that was here was really slick, and it was hard packed like clay is, so it just got shined off and couldn't get any traction. But for the most part it was alright, and I had a lot of fun here. Traction was pretty good for the most part, but that clay was real slick. I was here last year, and the conditions were, I want to say they were dry, and there was a lot of dry slick stuff, just because it was dusty, and all that clay was just kind of like concrete. But some spots I think were pretty good last year, and then some spots, like I said just a while ago, were just like that concrete clay stuff. As you'll see throughout this video, there's quite a few different kinds of dirts here. So I had 2 other fast guys on my row. I had Brandon Forrester, and he rides the AA class. He's in my class. I ride the AA class too. And then Kyle McDonald, and he rides Pro 2. So it was going to be a pretty close race, I think, for all of us throughout the whole day. But neither one of them showed up. So there was only, I think, 3 of us on my row. So it just made traffic a little easier, and kind of made my life a little easier, not having to really worry about those guys. I don't think I really would have had to worry about them, but not having to worry about if they're going to be faster, if I'm going to be faster, and stuff like that. But I think both of those guys are pretty nice guys, and we'd get it figured out, but we didn't have to worry about it at all, so that was kind of nice. I had a smooth day for the most part, just a couple tip overs, no bike issues, nothing like that, and it was a pretty smooth day, and I felt like I rode pretty good, throughout the whole day. Considering all the rain we got, I think conditions were really good at this race. I think it rained, I don't know, man. It had to rain at least 1.5 inches or so. And, but it rained after test 4, going into test 5. It rained for about 45 minutes, just as hard as it could. I thought it was, just like dumping water buckets on us, but it rained super hard after test 4, and there was like rivers on the road, and the whole trail is just kind of a river. I'll put a clip of test 5 in right now, or 5 or 6. I'll put a clip of one of them in right now so you guys can kind of see that. GoPro footage for the most part wasn't very good. It's just because it got all covered up with mud. But yeah, I'll put a clip of that in right now for you guys to take a peek at and look and see how bad it was. yeah, going over those bridges right there, they're just wood bridges, you know. So with the rain and then the dirt getting on them, they got super slick. You just had to like accelerate before them and then roll through them. If you tried to hit the throttle in the middle of them, your back tire would just start going sideways and would not stop no matter what you did. So you just had to be really careful on those bridges. And I actually saw some guy, he slid off of one. I think it was in test 1, so some of you guys may have seen it too, but I guess he just kind of hit the throttle on it. His bike turned sideways and he got pitched off, but his bike was actually still on the bridge, so it was kind of sideways on the bridge, so it took up most of the bridge. When I got there, I had to slow way down and just kind of pick my way around him just so I didn't hit his bike or fall off too, but it was kind of scary. And I think he was all right, and he was getting back up on the bridge and stuff, but hopefully he was able to get his bike going again, and hopefully he had a good rest of his day. But so right here, you guys can kind of see it probably, but in the thick woods here, it was super thick, and it was so dark down there in the woods. Like, I almost took my goggles off because I thought they were fogging up or something, but it was just how dark the woods were, because it was like it wasn't letting any sunlight in, and there wasn't much sun to begin with during all this day, so it just made it super dark down there, and hard to see really. Some of the spots I couldn't really see the ruts or the holes, but hopefully I think it's better on the GoPro. It looks better on the GoPro than it actually was in person. This trail right here was like really fun. I think this was my favorite test overall throughout the whole day, just because it had a mixture of everything really. It had some fast stuff, had some tight and tricky stuff, off camber, uphills, downhills, and kind of everything in between, and then along with all the dirt changes that it had. And I don't know, it just flowed really good for me. I thought, I mean, I had fun in it, and I think everybody else did too. But yeah, this test right here was really fun. As you guys can see, we're kind of down in that like the dark wooded area. But yeah, I don't know how those woods get so thick and don't let any sunlight through, and I don't know, it's just crazy how dark it was down in those bottoms. So on the day before this, it was on Saturday, obviously, because the race was on Sunday. But I kind of made a vlog of just throughout my day, working on my bike, from the hotel, eating, just kind of everything throughout my day. I kind of just vlogged it, and so that'll be up later in the week sometime, and along with probably another riding video or something like that. So be sure to check those out, and consider subscribing, guys. There's another one of those slick bridges. I think I actually tried to accelerate on that one, and my back tire just slid out almost. But this right here was one of the faster places. I'll let you guys just kind of listen to it. Oh, kind of overshot that corner there, but yeah, so kind of how I was talking about earlier with the trail being really fun and stuff, they did a really good job of marking the track and putting all that ribbon up where where we could have got lost at, and where other trails were going the other way and stuff like that. So I'm really happy, you know, that they put the time and effort into that. So thank you to anybody. If anybody from that place is watching this video, thank you to you guys for marking the trail good. And you can see there all the banners and stuff, or the ribbon or tape. But yeah, they marked it really nice, and did a really good job marking it. So that's always nice when you know you're not going to get lost and not going to have one of those things happen where it's like, you know, you're having a good day and then you get lost and it just ruins your whole day. But that's happened to me before. I think it was 3 years ago in Park Hills, Missouri. I think it was the first national there I went to. I get lost for like 20 minutes, and then it just kind of, you know, ruined my whole day. But it was my first one, and I wasn't in points, so it didn't really matter. But it's definitely nice to come to a race and know you're gonna have good trail that's arrowed right, and everything's ribboned off that you don't want to go into. But here's another one of those faster sections right here. And also, guys, I want to take a minute to say thank you guys for all the support, for watching the videos, subscribing, liking them, commenting. Keep it all up. I really appreciate it. It helps me out greatly. And yeah, I really appreciate it. But as this video is kind of winding down here, I ended the day first in AA. It was my first class win, and then 12th overall, which is the best I've ever done. And then I also got my first top 10 in a test with a 7th overall in test number 6. So I was really happy with my day, and really happy with how everything went, and had a smooth day, which is always nice. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace out. We'll see you in the next video.